Hello everyone, this is Shelby with Shelby Creations. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den. We are working on our little true junk journal. I did the signatures, and they're made out of old book pages, wrapping paper, cardboard, or the stuffing paper from Amazon, dried, copy dyed papers. Yeah, they're a mixture. And I went ahead and I did sew both of these. So there's two. I haven't trimmed them yet because I want to work on the cover. Now, the cover is plastic. And it is the easiest cover of all to do. I love it. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do this one. And you're going to be surprised at what it's made out of. A placemat from Dollar Tree. Just a regular placemat. Now, what I did, because you can see the corners here have been rounded, and these are a bit it's too big. So, what I need to do first is I took this and measured it from, let me come down one here, and then I drew a line part way down. Now this was made to fit these type of little journal books, and I got these at AC Moore years ago, which should tell you how old this book is. And it was originally my supply book. I had my paint list. I had these are pieces of lace that I was running out of and needed. It's a little leaf thing made with gems, round paper clips, a couple of little index cards in there for notes, and then in here I had things that I wanted to, how can I describe it? When I was watching videos, this back way before I was doing videos, if I saw something that I thought was interesting, I'd add it to my list. Or if I ran out of certain supplies, I'd add it to my list. And as you can see, some of them got filled. Some of them were here because these were the ones that if I was going out, I needed to look for. Like my labeler, my P-Touch refill. I've got that for that. Frames I needed. All things like that. That's what was in here. This piece is actually a label. One of those Avery labels. Punches that I had. The Prima flowers that I've had and I've used. And it started here and then it ended up. Yeah, I was into Prima flowers. My alcohol inks. That was my washi tape. That's what I had at one time. Different things. It's more like an index of things I had, and it also went into books that I had and read. And these are my Spectrum Noir markers. Then Craft Room must-haves. Yeah. And let's see, what was that? That was Traveler notebook sizes. References. This was what was in here. It was just a blank one. And this one here had addresses in it. But if I was going out, shopping for supplies, whatever, this is what I took. And it was sturdy enough that I didn't have to worry about it. So we're going to make one, we're going to do it in a junk journal size. All right, I measured that one across because I want to do the same size. So I need to cut here. And to do that, I'm gonna pull out the big boy. Now, I find it easier to pull when I'm cutting hard things or thick things. So I'm gonna line that up best as possible. And just, oh my gosh, it cuts like butter. Holy cow, that was so easy. Now, I could also make a smaller one if I wanted, one like this. So we'll hang on to that. We may do that. But right now, I have this one. And so I'm going from here to come down this way. And I'm going to measure how wide it is. I'm cutting out of the center because I want to avoid these. All right, I'm going to do it this way. Lay it there. And then I can mark here. And then here. So that gives me, I see what it didn't, wrong way. I did that one. I gotta come down this way. All right, so we went from here to, all right, that's what happened. I marked it on the wrong thing. Now, again, whoops, I lost my thing. I'll put that under there. Slide that over. I'm trying to keep, get this up where y'all can see it. And things out of the way. To make sure it's even, I line it up, and then I make sure everything is flush against the bottom here. All right, and then pull. Oh, that cuts just like, it is so easy. I thought for sure it was going to be hard. So yeah, I push mine up. Even though I say it's easy, I'm still doing it that way because I have arthritis in my hands. There's our cover. Now, lock the guide plate back and put that down there. So, now I want to do my corners. My crocodile is going to be not the right roundness that I need. Will that do? So I'm going to take a cork and I'm going to come here. I think that's, let me see if I got something that would be a little bit better. Would that, now I know what I want. I want a, well, if I can find it. I used to have in my drawer here a washer. A round metal washer that I used to do my corners with. And I don't see it anywhere. Well, we're going to come back to our template then. It's going to be the easiest way to do it. So, line that up. Line it up this way. And is that, no, that's not going to work because I can't position it right. So I think we're going to have to go back to our cork. And this is the way I used to do corners. It could be with a coin. It could be with a washer. It could be like with this, with a cork. Anything that will give you that rounded corner edge, use it. There. Now, where are, oh, they're over here. I'm going to come in here and, well, maybe I'm coming in here and trimming. There goes one. No, they're not going to be perfect semicircles or perfect rounded corners. They're going to be flawed, but that's okay. It is perfectly fine. Just okay. That's down. Now, when you do your holes, all right, this is a Tim Holtz centering ruler, and I want to there, making sure it's equal distance on each side of that center. You can come up some, because I want to right here. All right, that's not going to give me, it's a little bit darker. Okay, there goes that one. Now I'm going to pull it right back down here and put it right in the same area. Into there. I'll come glue this up just a touch. And I'm putting in two circles. See, is this where, how wide these are? Yeah, that's where they are. They're from here to here. Now, come up here. Oh, that's not going to do that way because I can't see on the black part. 5, 2, 1. There. And then I'll do one dot here and one dot here. Now, these are our holes we have to make. I know the ink's smudged, but it'll be okay. So, pull this out, and I want the smallest hole. Come right in here, line that up, and punch it out. Well, there's one. Put it in the center and squeeze. I'll do the same thing down here. Put it in the center and squeeze. And then that one in the center, that sort of bled a little bit, so that may be a little wonky, but it's okay. All right, we've got those. Now, for the center, if you don't have the big bite of one of these, you can come in with an awl or a thick needle or whatever. Why am I picking that one up? That's not what I need. I need this. Now, I can get this. There, all of our holes are punched. Just that easy. Okay. Ta-da! Now, the next thing I need to get is way up here. Pull down my box of, there we go. I know that's not enough. I have to use this one, I think. So we'll use the black. There. It's back in. Now, when you are doing your elastic, we know we're going to end up, so you want to go down and then come up this way. And then I'll go down this way and come up on the other side. Where are you? Just like that. So now I pull that kind of tight. Kind of. Okay. I need, which one did I, okay, I was pulling the wrong side. So I can trim this off here. And now with this part, with this being plastic, you don't really have to worry about pulling it to where it tears. But I do want this snug, so I want it to where it's going to start to bend like that. And it's going to be okay. Yep. That will be fine. It's okay that it goes like that. And then I'm going to trim this just a little bit more like that. Now for our tie, what I'm going to do is, and I can readjust this later, I'm going to snip off a piece, put that down there, goes down there. Ooh. It's starting to come undone, that up there, and then that can get back in the drawer. So for your tie, all I'm going to do is I'm going to thread these from this side in. There's one. Now, it may seem like it's the same size as the hole, and this is where you just pull it tight over on one side and then the other half will stick in. Where is it? Okay, there we go. Just like that. Now, to finish this, what I want to do is, I had one of these, yeah, here we go. Take this out for a moment. And I'm just going to push this in here just enough to make it hold its shape. Now, if I tie this off here and then it closes, that will be too much. So I want to come back about here. And I'm being generous with this because I may have to undo the knot and reposition it as I put the insides in, my signatures in. Look at that. There we go. There is your cover. It is just that quick, that easy. So now for the signatures, because I mean, it's plastic, it's not going to rip out, so I don't need to put eyelets. This part here, I would want to sort of keep, once you get it in and you see it, that's right, you can come in here and tie one of these to one of those, sort of anchor it down, but you don't have to. So we are here for now. All right, set that aside, and now I want, well, if I can reach it. I pushed that down, I pushed it too far back. I've got everything hanging around here. All right, so this is the size I'm going for. Put those back. I have one end pretty much where I need it, but I want to trim that little bit there. Let's see, where's my, I need my ruler, and going to need my little box cutter. So I'll come around here, trim off that excess down there. Now when you're trimming your pages, don't try to do all of it at once. Do a little bit at a time. Okay, I'm not worried about having to, redo that. Okay, now we've got this part, and I like going from the end up there, from the spine, and I'm going from here. I'm going to slide this under where I want it and hold that there. And here. I'm going to make sure where my thread is at. Where's my thread? Okay, my thread is there. See, now I got to do it all over again. Am I? Okay. I see. Come in here. I know I need there. And just start going through. I'm going through just a few pages at a time. Oh. It moved. I'm going to do it. I'm going to rip them off. There. Now you can see what I'm doing. Cut, 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 cut. What is... I'm not quite sure what's going on up here. Every once in a while you get into little hard pieces that, there. Now I got it started again. So now I can come back here and finish. Yeah, because I'm not worried about having perfectly straight edges, perfectly cut edges. I would suggest putting something under your cutting mat so that it doesn't move. Mine's moving, which is why I'm having such a hard time. All right, I've got that part there. You know what? I'm gonna come in here and just trim those up. There, nobody knows. Shh, nobody knows. Do I have a cutting mat over here that will lay flat and not move around? No, that's not much. That's a little better. But so we'll go with it. Now for widths, I'll lay that down, and I'm going to move my ruler underneath my book, but still keep it on top of my pages. And I'm going here, just like this. Make sure my ends are straight. Okay, this is going to be easier than the other way. And as you can see, I'm just a few pages at a time. I think maybe I need to change my blade. I think that's what my problem is here. Let me see if the other side is a bit better. Flip this thing around. There. Now let's try this side. Just line it back up there. Yeah, I need to get something to go underneath my cutting mats, because this is ridiculous. All this movement and the little edges like that. All I'm going to do is just tear them off. They can be wild and unkempt. That's fine. So there's one of our signatures right there. Ooh, I have a mess. Now let's see how it works in our book. So we're going to come in, find our center, and then slip it right in here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That works. Now I'm getting anxious to do the other one. So, whew, look at all the mess I have made. And it's going to stay there because I'm going to make even more mess. Come in here. Now this end here is pretty much, I'm okay with that end. Where are, somewhere I had, there they are. I knew I had scissors. So this side here is okay. I'm just going to trim it. There's only these inside pages here that I needed to trim down. Just like that. Now, I'm going to come back here with my same thing here. Turn this over here. Find out where. Well, that's not going to do because I got to cut that side. So I need to start here. Okay. So if I go there, have it come out kind of straight. Where's the, there it is. This is what I hate about it, because get right up to that last little piece up there and it doesn't want to let go of it. But it's okay. We got this. Alright, here's where I need to trim. Get that last little bit off. One little, that'll do, that'll do. Now, coming this way, I can go right along that line, right along there. Did those over, those out of the way. Well, wants to move on me still. I mean, move this around. Maybe that's my problem. All right, let's get that right back up there where it needs to go. How far down am I? I'm getting there. Almost. There. That one doesn't look too bad. Yeah, it was changing the blade that helps. Okay. We put that over there. And now we have, find the center here. We'll stick that in there. Just like that. We have our signatures. They're in there. and it will automatically flatten itself out, and over time, you know, it'll get to where it needs to be. There, we did it. We did it. We have our new journal, and I have a mess. So one thing I want to do is I want to try, maybe next video, we'll try and make pockets, because you can't really attach anything to the cover. That's not going to do. I mean, I could come in here and sew a cover to go on this, you know, where you slip each ends in, but not everybody has a sewing machine. And my sewing machine is in the back of the house, and Victoria is using it, so I'm not going to bother her. Oh, look what I forgot I put in there. We got a doily. Uh-oh. Do you see what I see? That is upside down. Is this one upside down too? Yep. So that means this is the front. Okay, that will be good, because the centerpiece will be the front. So that'll be up. That's going to work out good. See, we got things right side up now. So this is our front. And to make sure we remember that, let's see, what have I got in here that we can use as a... I have a little clip. Just a little teeny clip. And I'm going to put this right here so it will remind us that this is our front. So, want to work out pockets are in here, and then we're going to have fun with this one. You know, there's no telling what we're going to end up getting into with this new one, but I did want, when I was cleaning up and I found the other, I wanted to make one that, it is so easy. And talk about economical. We've got papers that we're lying around the house. All right, so that's mainly, there's some junk. We have elastic cording, which we bought. I bought that piece, my cording, a while back, so, and you can buy them at Walmart. And then the vinyl cover, the vinyl placemat was at Dollar Tree for $1.25. And then I had the clip, so basically nothing. But look how good, and it's going to be durable. It's going to be strong. And if we do come across notebooks like this, they'll easily fit in here too. So it's versatile. So pockets come next. So if you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. We're going to have tons of fun. And I came prepared. I brought a trash bag to get all this up, because it's not going to fit in my little trash can over there. And we're going to have a lot of fun. So if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Hit that bell notification so that you will not miss anything that we're doing on this little journal. As soon as my birthday presents come in, I will be doing hauls for them. And yes, I'm going to go ahead and chuck these away because I don't think I need those. But I did save the other piece. So maybe we can make a short one. And there's my trash. I am ahead of the game. Okay. I didn't get it all. That's okay. I will. So if you like what we did today, give me a thumbs up. And we'll be working on the pockets next, so stay tuned. And I'll see you next time here in the Dragon's Den. Bye, guys.